Right, I'm going to attempt to do an experience report on Phenibut. And at this moment in time, it's another one of those experience reports where I am on said substance. So, I'm nervous, but not as nervous as I was before, thanks to the Phenibut. So, I've taken a moderate dose of Phenibut. It's not a small dose, it's just 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 thresholding onto a medium tier dose right now to kind of explain the level of intoxication on Phenibut. I've taken small doses and I've taken large doses within the last maybe week and 2 days upon request of actually a viewer of this channel. And how to describe it? Okay, so when I first took the first small dose, I noticed that Phenibut has a fairly chemical taste, but it's not anything too bitter or too concentrated when compared to other kind of research chemicals or just chemicals in general. It's got a mild chemical taste. It tastes similar to choline bitartrate for those of you who've had choline bitartrate, but more just the bitter sort of taste of choline bitartrate rather than the strange kind of tangy taste of choline bitartrate. So yeah, it's only got the bitter aspect, and it's not too bad. I found that when I had the sort of lower doses immediately the first time I had this stuff, and this was a new substance introduced to me, I felt very slightly more calm, not amazingly calm, just slightly like how would I describe it? Like everything had been slowed down just a little bit, like all the kind of worries had been slowed down just a little bit. It didn't feel like it was really affecting me physically as such. It didn't really feel euphoric. I'm on a moderate dose now, and it doesn't feel euphoric as such. It just kind of very slightly eases, yeah, just day-to-day functions, I guess. I find that it doesn't interfere too much with the way I go about things. I've still got the same level of motivation. It slows me down very slightly, and that's even at a larger dose. It doesn't seem to accumulate too much. But it's definitely worth its drawbacks. It's not something that really gives you a physical euphoria. I don't feel like it really physically changes me. It just kind of, I don't know. Imagine kind of, it's hard to picture without actually having tried said substances to compare to. But it would be like having a benzo and taking off the euphoria feel and the sort of physical sinking feel, and only giving the anti-anxiety feel. At higher doses there is a little bit of very slight amount of euphoria, and there is a little bit of sort of the physical sinking, but you have to take quite a lot of Phenibut for this kind of thing to happen really. It's not, as I say, really a physical or euphoria thing. It's more just it's like a very functional anti-anxiety drug. It's a very functional depressant, to be honest. It's probably one of the most functional anti-anxiety drugs I've taken. Now, I don't really like it that much because what I've realised from taking this stuff is I'm not generally that mentally anxious. It seems that my sort of anxieties are more expressed in a physical manifest. And to be honest, as awful as it is, when I take depressants, I like the depressant euphoria. I like to be a little bit high. And this is not a drug that does that. It's not something I would take very often. I could see if you took it every day, it having some kind of withdrawal, but I can't confirm that because I haven't been taking it like that. I've taken it every 2 to 3 days, maybe dosing twice a day. And yeah, I haven't really experienced the withdrawal as such yet, so I can't confirm that. But I can feel that this kind of substance, if taken in large doses for a prolonged amount of time, would definitely have some kind of withdrawal. I don't think it would be so much a physical withdrawal, more a kind of brain fog, is what I'd imagine you'd experience from this sort of withdrawal. But yeah, to me this is a very functional depressant, probably yeah, probably the most functional depressant I've come across. In terms of day-to-day activity, not in terms of sleep. So, for example, if I wanted to go to sleep, or if I wanted to stop the nasty edge of a hardcore hallucinogenic trip, I'd probably take a benzo, to be honest, or maybe GBL or some kind of depressant like that. Alcohol wouldn't be my first choice for all you alcoholics out there. Whereas this is more something, if I'm feeling slightly nervous or on edge, I would take at the start of the day or at part of the day, or something if I just feel a bit nervous and on edge, I'd take before bed to help me sleep. As a sleep aid, it's not something that just conks you out. It's more, you know, it's more subtle than that. It's kind of like the 4-fluoromethylphenidate of depressants, maybe, or maybe like not the modafinil because of the long action. Yeah, it's maybe like a depressant version of methylphenidate in a way, I guess. It's very, very strange. I haven't experienced something like this before, and I've had a diverse range of chemicals. It's, yeah, as I say, it's something I wouldn't take every day or recreationally. This is actually quite a good chemical to have stumbled across. I won't use it very often, but it will be helpful when I use it. It will be something that, say I wanted to study, I could, and I was too jittery or anxious, I could take a small dose of this, and it wouldn't really interfere with, say, like my level of motivation. It gives you a very, very slight mood boost, but it's subtle. It's more of a motivational boost. If anything, it helps you with motivation, and it quells down kind of negative ideas. But it's not like a stimulant where it'll boost you and make you hyper concentrated. It kind of allows you yourself whilst relaxing you somewhat. So yeah, this is quite a good chemical. The moderate dose is quite nice. Moderate dose is probably or just below moderate dose is probably the recommended dose for sort of studying. The lower dose is the recommended dose, I'd say, for a boost, and the higher dose is just verging on recreational. And I'm talking probably 1.2 grams from my experience. It's just about verging on recreational. And apparently, it's possible to overdose on this at above 1 gram. So it seems that the recreational dose is the overdose dose, or close to the overdose limit. So I wouldn't really recommend taking this recreationally. I can't really see this being a good idea for a recreational drug, and it's just, I wouldn't want to take it recreationally. I prefer it at this level where, yeah, I'm quite calm and confident. It feels to me like I can see right now I'm repeating the same things over and over again. I'm wasting my time in this. So it's kind of helping thought analysis in a way. But yeah, um, this as I say is definitely a study aid. I didn't find anything too negative about it. I do find that it can make you a little tired after about 6 hours of concentrating on it though. This is the only thing that's problematic with it. But this was only with moderate to high doses, and on the higher end of the moderate dose rather than the lower end of the moderate dose. Apart from that, yeah, it's quite a nice depressant. As I say, it's not something I'll take very often, but I'm glad I found it. So, yeah, thank you very much to the person who recommended I try that and wanted to hear the feedback on it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time.